Okay. Probably most everyone in the world knows Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has won, I guess, probably all the most prestigious bodybuilding awards, Mr. Universe, Mr. Olympiad, for many, many years. Then he retired from it. And he's currently starring in a futuristic action thriller titled The Terminator, which will be released nationally on October 26th. Would you welcome Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Very well. Good to see you again. I loved your special, by the way.
Did you? Oh, the anniversary show? Thank you very much.
It was so funny. I was rolling around in bed, laughing and laughing. It was hilarious, especially the animals.
Yeah.
God, they were crawling all over you.
Yeah, we had some strange
things.
things.
All animals have so much love for you?
I don't know what it is, but as soon as I get an animal, they either go right for my face or they crawl up my arms or something.
God, those women are something.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm terrific. I'm very excited to just have finished promoting Conan the Destroyer.
Right.
And now I'm promoting Terminator, and I'm ready to go to Rome to do another film,
Yeah.
Red Sonja. And so, I mean, the acting side is really
You're working a
coming
lot,
along
aren't
well.
you?
Yeah, very much so. And of course, it keeps you very busy because I'm a big believer in promotion.
Yeah.
And doing, especially your show. I love doing your show, so I'm always very keen. I make a movie just so I can come to your show.
Just so you can come here?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's class. Let me ask you something. Why did you give up the bodybuilding? I mean, you've won all the titles. Then I think like 5 times you won the Mr. Olympia?
Universe,
Mr.
and,
Universe.
yeah, Mr. Olympia 7 times. I just got very bored, actually, with competition. You know, I've won it so many years. I've won 13 world championship titles, and there was really nothing to shoot for anymore.
Right.
And people didn't remember anymore. Did I win 12 world championship titles, 13 or 7 or 5 or what? So I just was looking for a new challenge, really.
Right.
And just at that time, I got a phone call from Lucille Ball. And she said, Arnold, I saw you on one of the talk shows.
Right.
You're a very funny guy. And I said, I agree with you. And, she says, could you come into my office and read for a part? I'm doing a special with Art Carney.
Right.
Happy anniversary and goodbye. And I said, terrific. So I came in there to the office and I read, and she gave me the part. And this was actually how it all started.
Is that the
And
way
then
it
Bob Rafelson hired me for Stay Hungry.
Right.
And this is how it started moving. So now I've done 8 films and 2 television shows, so things are going
I
well.
saw one picture on cable one night, a picture obviously you made quite early in your career, where somebody was speaking for you. Was that when you first came here and the voice was dubbed over it in English?
Right, yeah. It was the first film I did. Somebody dubbed it.
Yeah.
But since then, I've practiced my English really well and go to all kinds of accent removal classes and stuff.
Accent
like this.
removal classes?
Oh, God, I mean, I tell you, I stumble
there was such a thing,
stumble
accent
over
remover.
my tongue. It's very difficult when you have a German tongue and you have to pronounce all these English words. And so you start practicing all those things. And there's a guy by the name of Robert Easton.
Oh, well, he's been on the show.
Yeah,
Bob
exactly.
Easton.
Now, he's very good because he can really work on specific problems that the German-speaking people have, or Italian-speaking, or French-speaking, and so on. So he's an expert.
What are some of the things he asked you to do? For example, Bob Easton taught Gregory Peck, I think, in one of the pictures to speak when he played the Nazi part.
Right.
You know, to speak German. He takes people who wanted to develop a southern dialect. He does all kinds of things.
Well, for instance,
how does he do it in reverse to remove an accent? I can see teaching somebody to talk southern or...
Right. Well, what happens is in Germany, for instance, you don't have the sound TH. You know, the...
Think.
Yeah,
think.
exactly. So we would say think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Or my mother, my father. So he would give you words like 3,333, and by the time you get to the 33, and you just stumble all over the place. Or, for instance, the S and the Z and the C sound all become the same. So you practice, you know, the zinc is made out of zinc, and all this kind of. So you just work on various different things that are difficult for German-speaking people. But it's very annoying because sometimes you just can't get it going, and you have to. I read out loud every day and do various different exercises.
You're doing very well. You're doing very well.
Thank you.
I want to ask you one thing about when you took up. I know you took up bodybuilding when you were very young. Did you do it because, like a lot of the ads say, 97-pound weakling, or any particular reason you went into it? A lot of people do because they're small of stature or they are underweight.
No, actually, what happened was I saw one time a 6-foot mirror when I was 15 years old, and I looked in a mirror. I was standing there in front of the mirror, totally naked. And there was one particular part of my body that was bigger than the rest of it. And so
We'll be
so
right
what
back
happened-
after the...
So I'm a man of perfection.
Yeah?
And so I said to myself, I got to bring the rest of the body up to the standard of this one part. And so that's why now I started exercising. It's very simple.
I think I was just taken. Led you right into it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. I was looking at this still picture, which I'll show you in a moment after we talk about what happened in the Terminator. You play out and out villain this time, right?
Yeah, villain for the first time.
Yeah.
It was quite a departure from Conan, where I always played
heroic,
kind of good destroying evil. This time I'm the evil, but I'm very, very evil in this film. And half robot, half
what
human
happened
being.
here?
Well, what happened is, and the reason why I wanted to show this photograph is because I was made up after 4 hours of makeup and putting all kinds of appliances on and having metal parts looking through my face and teeth sticking out here and all these kind of things. I walked to the location where we shot one of the scenes where I was supposed to be run over by a truck. And on the way to the location, this one block, I saw this restaurant, this really wonderful, elegant restaurant. And so I said to myself, well, with the look I have, it would be interesting to see the reaction that people would have. We did all this makeup, so I walked into the restaurant, and the guy that was taking all the reservations was looking down and writing, and I asked him, I said, I would like to make a reservation for 6 on the Terminator. And the guy says, yes, fine, it will be for 9 o'clock. And he looked up and he freaked out, and the people around him started screaming and running the other way and all that.
I can't understand why.
Absolutely.
I can't understand why he would be bothered. Nice.
But I tell you, it caused the chaos. It was the greatest reaction because the makeup was stunning.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's,
What had happened here?
This is, like I said, after an accident of a truck being run over and so on. So throughout the film, I deteriorate. I'm a robot that is inside metal and outside human flesh. And so I go through various different accidents, and I get shot up, and I go through fire and explosions and so on, and various different fights. Yeah. And so as time goes on, I'm not vulnerable in this film at all towards guns and shots and all this kind of explosions. But the flesh, the human flesh deteriorates, and then what is left is the metal chest. Yeah, exactly.
You said you're going to work on another picture.
Yeah, from here I go to Italy to do Red Sonja.
Right.
And then after that I do Outpost, which is another film we start in January.
Now, somebody told me this is with horses, right? You're working with horses this
Yeah,
time?
again, just like Conan, you know, where you have various different horse.
Are you good with horses? Now, you might be surprised to know there are people who did a lot of westerns on television who did not like horses at all.
I personally love horses. I was trained very well by Terry Leonard, which is a stunt coordinator. And so I practice with horses all the time, but you always get into trouble, no matter how good you ride. I, for instance, just a week and a half ago, I flew to Rome to check out all the horses to find the right one for me.
You need a pretty sturdy horse.
Oh yeah, you try to find a big horse and a strong one that is very quick in its reactions and very hostile and can turn on a spot and can run off fast, can stop very quickly and make its turn quickly and so on. And also can stand still if it is needed to stand still. So I tried out those horses in Rome, and it's the first time I've been in Italy working with horses. And they brought those horses, and they were not really well trained. And the whole night before, it was raining. And so I'm trying out these horses, and at one point I'm trying to see which kind of turns it makes. If it makes sharp turns or nice turns or whatever. And the horse slips, and it falls. And it makes a total wipeout on top of me. I mean, I passed totally out, and I mean, I cannot even remember anything after that. All I remember was just standing there and people holding me up. And they were telling me that the horse totally rolled on top of me. And so it was good to see this kind of behavior on a horse.
You didn't check.
A week and a half before we start shooting the film, because I didn't want to have this happen during the film. But it was really a serious accident. But those are the kind of things you get into with horses. You inevitably get into some accidents.
Right. Now, we're going to show a short film clip. This is from the Terminator, right?
This is from the Terminator, yes. This is after going in and visiting a police station.
Okay. Watch the monitor. I'll be back. Definitely not a musical. Yeah.
No, definitely not. It's a very violent film actually, and it has the most action I've ever seen in a film. I mean, it's tremendous from the beginning to the end, action-packed.
I wish you luck with it.
Thank you very much.
We'll take a break, and Nadia Salerno-Sonnenberg will join us in just a minute. Ronnie Shakes will.